They want attacking, purposeful football all the time. Now we've got our backs against the wall and we're going to fight, and we're going to fight hard. You've got to show me all the guts and all the determination you've got in your body. You've got to inspire me.
A marvellous kick. That's as good as you'll ever see. And puts player back in front.
I don't know about you guys, but if I see one bloke walking out of here, give the paddle back from people out there for a good effort, I'll spew up.
From inside the centre square, Boyd kicked the goal. Boyd kicked the goal from inside the centre.
Hey Packets, welcome to Danny Boyd with Added Stevo. You know what it is. It's a podcast about the greatest football club in the known universe. That is the Footscray Football Club Proprietary Limited. They trade as Western Bulldogs. I'm Danny McGinlay. We're here at Rancho Stevo, and I want to start with, first of all, a very formal thank you to my co-host and pod brother Mark Stevens, who on Saturday night when I did, we were sitting in the same area of Top Dogs at Marvel Stadium. I rocked up and I had a couple of minutes before I had to MC at the social club on the other side of the stadium, and I just dumped my kids with you. I just seriously went, hey mate, can you mind these guys? I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Yeah, but it was great. We handled it well. Good to be here at Rancho Stevo again. We're actually sitting on Simon Beasley's table.
Yeah,
there was
right.
a reserved on there, and it was in prime position in front of where your mate Kev Hillier was hosting.
Yes.
And my mate Nick Johnston, who's a real estate agent, of course, and son of Alan, the number one ticket holder, set up.
Pretty good.
Beezer won't mind.
No.
So we sat down, and Beezer didn't turn up anyway, so it was great.
I saw Beasley in the room.
He came late. He went to the wrong room.
Ah, classic.
He went to the wrong room, the great man Beezer. And it was great to have him. You had some gourmet sort of chicken bites.
Oh, mate, I think I would
They
have
ate
talked
so
about this on the
slowly,
pod.
meticulously, one at a time, and just you could see that your kid's enjoying those little morsels of
These
chicken.
are the Korean fried chicken, which you can get only on the top level of Dockland, of Marvel, right on the wing. And they are far superior to the regular chicken tenders you're going to get.
And your son seemed to have a special sauce on it, like a sweet
yeah, he wasn't
Korean-
happy about that. He wanted it plain, but that was the least.
I thought, here we go, this is gourmet. He's
Oh,
gone
no.
the full service.
Nah, not my boy. The girl would have gone a bit of that, but no, he's quite conservative with his food, like his mum.
And we had Latham Vandermeer come into the Top Dogs.
Yeah. And how was the chat with Lath?
He's going all right. He's just stepping up his training, of course, frustrated about the hamstring issues, but working through it. And I think it's changing something in the way he's doing things, which he has to, obviously, in the rehab this time,
Okay.
to try and stay right. We've missed Latham.
Yeah, I mean, he was immense against Freo. I reckon if he'd stayed on the ground, we might have even knocked him off in that Friday night match. I got to interview him as well in the social club. And the thing I love about Latham Vandermeer, so we've had him on the pod, and I'll tell this story out of school. I hope you don't mind. There was that was me and Boydie back then, and there was a couple of times in that episode where Lath said something and Boydie went, stop recording, you shouldn't give that information out on air. Rephrase that and say it, and Lath was very grateful to Boydie, and that's just the wisdom of Tom Boyd. However, I know Lath will answer a question honestly, so I was talking to him in the social club about the thing I love about Lath is he's a pest on the field. He's mouthy. Loves to trash talk, and I said, how do you go about your trash talk? And he goes, well, you do a bit of research and you realise what people are going to react to. And I was like, oh wow, this is great. And then I said, who would you be targeting against Collingwood tonight? Didn't even hesitate, just went, Maynard.
Right, that's great. That's what you want.
That's
Kev
it.
Hillier didn't get that out of him,
No.
I've got to say. So that's a good interview. Of course, he's got the blonde hair, and he's sitting pretty quiet and reserved, he says, off the park. So, interesting man, Lath Vandermeer, and it was good to have him on board. And then I saw another special guest, which we'll mention later in Top Dogs, a
yes.
guy who actually sparked a national holiday.
But we're burying the lead. I mean, we just beat Collingwood by less than a goal, and we get into that. I mean, I'll give you another peek behind the curtain, listeners. When I rock up to Rancho Stevo, we see each other, and it's usually the first time we've seen each other since a game, and I reckon it's one of the hardest parts of my week to not immediately start talking Bulldogs. We have to bite our tongues and talk about literally anything else. We were discussing air fryers and Diet Coke and things like that. But now we can get into it. You started talking about the Bulldogs. And I went, hey, shut up. We talk about this on air. You said it was very tense.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drop a bombshell. I was never that worried.
Really? See, I find that it was the ultimate tense game for me because you get 3 or 4 goals up, you think, let's crack them. They come back again. It was like a yo-yo. We're going to win. No, come back. Win, come back. And it was a yo-yo all night, and that makes it worse for me when you get in front by 4 goals.
Yeah.
You get more nervous as you're ahead all game. You're up in the 50s count. You're up 14 or 15 more inside 50s. You're thinking, we can't lose this, can we?
That's why I was kind of relaxed. I felt that a lot of their goals came from luck or just, skill errors on our part, just little mistakes, which of course frustrating. But I thought all our goals were we weren't cherry picking. All our goals were great. They were coming from the right up the guts. Ed
we
and
had
Bont were amazing.
Oh, they were. We had to work hard for our goals, which we
Yep.
tend to do. We're just sort of chaos ball in there, but it was exciting. But there was never any stage when you could relax. Now, you were obviously somewhere else in a bar or something, because I couldn't relax where I was.
Oh, no, I was right near you, but I think I was just... Do you know what I reckon it was? I did have both kids, and my 9-year-old daughter doesn't watch the game that much, so there's a lot of chat. And that does take me out of the immediate emotional crux of it, because I don't want to stress her out. And I love her coming to the game, so I want her to have a good time. So that kind of made me, just keep calm, keep all good. Because also my son, I don't know if you were talking to him about the game. He is so negative. Anytime, like, we got 4 goals up and Collingwood got their first goal back, and he's going, oh, God, we're doomed.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, he's got that Bulldog DNA.
It is, yeah.
It happens, doesn't it? So, and they got another late goal. Again, it was red time goals, which
It
was
was,
frustrating
yes.
on the break into...
Usually Membry kicking them for some reason.
Thanks for the Membry. Membrane in the brain, or whatever that song was.
That's good, yeah.
Someone calls him Membrane, but he always seems to kick goals against us. But we hung on, and I was obviously Top Dogs was down the correct end for that mark to Selwood.
Yeah.
It was the Leo Barry
It was.
moment.
Now, we're talking about Michael Selwood, and he did have a great mark. I'm pretty dark on Michael Selwood, and I'm going to actually give a negative story about a player. So, during the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, I get a message on my Instagram from one Michael Selwood going, hey, mate, you got a show on. I'd love to come down. Can you sort me out some tickets? Asking for free tickets.
Freebies.
Well, he's only
a
just
rookie.
joined the club.
He's on a base contract.
Which is why I said, absolutely, mate. You can absolutely come for free.
And he
I'll sort
turned
out
up,
some
obviously.
He turned up. Now, I will admit, he came the same night Kelvin Templeton did.
Wow, that's royalty.
And I will admit, it was actually the quietest night of my run at the festival because my producer stuffed up. For some reason, on the Sundays at my venue, the show was an hour earlier. And a lot of the venues do that just because Sunday people want to get home a bit earlier because get ready for the week. It was a quieter night, so I'll agree it wasn't my best show, but I went to text him last night, message him on the Instagram saying, good mark. He's unfollowed me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe you weren't funny.
Well,
Maybe you're a pest.
were
Were you just so hassling him afterwards? and
No,
going
I
to have
didn't
a
even
beer?
see him afterwards.
A bit like Happy Gilmore, the
He's-
guy on the fairway saying, let's go out to dinner, mate. Let's do this. Let's go
he
to the
sat
Red
at
Lobster.
the back. I left him well alone.
Right.
Do you know, actually, I definitely left him alone because there was a bunch of people come into my show at the very end of it saying, hey, when's it starting? Because my producer stuffed up and they thought it was at 6, but it was at 5. So I'll admit, hey, it wasn't my best show, but it wasn't, horrible. Kelvin said nice things about it. He's unfollowed. Steve.
Wow.
So has he just come in, used me for free tickets, and then abandoned?
Yeah, and this was pre-season.
This
it was early.
Early.
So he's already just becoming a thing, wasn't he? He
was
started
playing.
well in round 1.
Damn
We're going
straight.
to have to investigate this.
Yeah, this is huge.
Patrick Horan, the head of media, we could maybe get in touch, and maybe we need to get him
On the show.
on the show to explain what happened, to give
Yeah.
a review of your show,
Yeah.
and then maybe explain why.
No, this
he's
could actually
unfollowed you.
devastate me if he did hate it.
But he seems like a ripping guy from a big family, and we've got lucky there. I mean, with him and Lewis
Yeah.
both coming out of state league action.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like Will Lewis. more and
Lewis is
more.
great. He
Coulda-
wouldn't
coulda
unfollow
kicked
you.
6.
He wouldn't
No.
unfollow you after a comedy festival
No.
show. He wouldn't hit you up for free tickets. But I'll just tell you this right now, Will Lewis, you get free tickets whenever you want.
Yeah, well, he could have kicked 6. I've just looked at the coaches' votes. It didn't seem to get a vote. I thought Lewis was very important.
Yeah.
Ed Richards was, you mentioned him earlier, but the way he used the ball in that last quarter,
Yeah.
getting it out of the middle, he took a great mark in the middle of the ground, when Pendles tried to go down the middle.
Yes. It
It
was really
reminded
good.
me of a mark in the grand final. It was telling. When Big Ruffy. repelling
Jordan
mark in the-
Roughhead,
yeah.
just after the disallowed goal
Yes.
by JJ.
So a lot of momentum going
which
against us.
Luke Beveridge has always said was the turning point in the game. Jordan Roughhead's mark.
Yeah.
He said and it probably is the most underrated moment in the
I think
in the
that's
game.
the most important mark in
the
Western Bulldogs history.
And I agree with you. Yep. I
You
couldn't
can
agree
get
more.
every other mark. There's been hangers, there's been Beasley marked across the goal, all that stuff. But that was massive.
Yeah.
And it just sort of took the wind out of Sydney's sails. And then Selwood's mark, He really had no right to take that. He's not that tall, but he
Came
just
from the
found a way.
side,
Yeah.
but he just never looked like dropping it. He looked like he wouldn't drop it the way he would drop a comedian's Instagram connection.
Yeah.
I'm really, by the way, I'm hanging on to this. I'm
Yeah,
petty.
it was interesting watching him after I came home and I called it a rum and coke replay. So, it's great when you come back home here, sitting
Yeah.
on the sofa.
Yep.
I'll just watch the last quarter. How sweet's
Yeah.
that when you get home?
Oh, it's
You've
brilliant.
recorded the game
Yep.
on Fox.
Yep.
I've had to extend.
Well, for those of us who have KO, you can just watch it whenever
you can watch
want.
it. Oh, can you? So I recorded it and it keeps it on file in the box there.
Yeah. How many games have you got in that box?
A lot of games in the box, but there was an issue because footy goes so long now with time on.
Yeah.
I was actually
it cut
coming
off?
home. It was cutting off with 3 minutes to go. So I've had to extend by half an hour. So we're all good now. We've got a
Okay.
whole
Phew.
library. We
Phew.
called a library. So we watched that. And just Selwood was so excited after the game. So excited. But he spent probably a minute and a half doing his hair. Just he knew the cameras were coming. So he was just sweeping that,
Oh, really?
that back, making sure the headband was right.
So he could scam
sensed
other
his
people
moment.
out of free
He
tickets.
sensed his moment. And good luck to him because I think he's probably been underrated this year. I'd go as far to say he'd be definitely top 10 in the best and fairest. Maybe
yeah.
top 8. He's played
Yeah.
every game. Hasn't done a lot wrong.
But he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
He's just a shit bloke. I mean, who asked for free tickets and then unfollows?
This is
I
a
mean,
big revelation. This could have been a Patreon.
Yeah, this could have been. No, I did think about this. I go, okay, we could tease it for the Patreons that Danny's got a brief with a current player, but then I was like, no, I'm going to publicly shame him. Let's do this.
Yeah, well, good on him. He spoke well. And I've got an apology to make too to Lockie McNeil.
Oh, yes.
So I think that's the best game I've seen Lockie play. I was even getting texts saying, wow, Lockie.
Oh, yeah. Who was sending you those?
I can't say who, but there's a group of us who are frustrated by Lockie McNeil.
Oh, really?
One of them, I'm with Nick Johnston. He was right behind me.
Yeah.
He's tapping me saying, oh, my God, even he's on fire.
Yeah, I was.
Lockie's snapping goals.
I was doing the opposite. I was texting people who were known McNeil disbelievers.
Is that what you said when up above or look behind or?
No, I just didn't. I just
Oh,
said,
no, you
I
sent
said
me
C
some.
above.
Yeah, that's
'Cause I
right.
said when he kicked the
Yeah,
first one, I
yeah.
just sent you the word
Yeah.
McNeil.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then C above, meaning look, he's
So I
done
normally
it again.
shut things down a bit socially during the footy, so I wasn't really looking too much. But the frustration for me was I used the app to find out how long's left in a game.
Yeah.
And that app froze at 7 minutes 20, I think it
it?
was, in that game.
Okay.
So we had to go back to the old 80s where no one knew how long to go was. And luckily the guy next to me
Had KO? Yeah.
So,
There was a guy with KO in my group, and he was there just going 65 seconds.
Yeah.
40 seconds.
Oh.
30. So it was.
we get used to that now.
Yeah.
In the past, you just sort of let it ride, but you need to know that.
Do you ever look at the cards that the coaches are
Yeah,
hanging
then
up
I
on
looked
the side?
across and it said 60 seconds.
Yep.
The cards surely are a waste of time, though, aren't they?
I don't know.
Well, some of them are.
Yeah.
Some of the codes and whatever they are.
I made
Sort
a
of
I made a
signals.
sketch about the cards
Yeah.
on my Instagram a couple of
Right.
weeks back. I think you should all have a
I'll
look
have
at
a
that. I
look
was
at
very
that.
proud of that.
But yeah, it was just great that Selwood, number one, took the mark.
Yeah.
And the Dogs have a history at that stage, say with 40 seconds left, of then turning the ball over or something crazy happened. But he did the right thing, went down the line, and then
Yep.
Tim English did exactly what we needed, and that's why we've missed Tim English. He took a great pack mark, and then the game was over. We managed to hold the ball in, and away went the siren. So to have, 5 wins now by a goal or under?
Yeah, now we've done Giggs has done a deep dive on that. When we get to the Giggs facts, I'll be telling you all about that. Will Lewis, though, do you think, I was talking to one of my mates, do you think he will suffer from having such a generic name?
Potentially. Do you think it's more suited to an accountant or
If it was, Lewiski or something,
Yeah.
just something like, because it's 2 first names.
Delray?
Delray, mate. If he was Lewis,
Needs something more exotic.
I think so.
Yeah.
We're just not, like Will Lewis sounds like an alien attempting to be a human.
Yep.
My name is Will
Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah. But he still looks at times like a VFL player because he's not big, he's not quick. But you know what he is?
He's 195 centimetres.
He's a good footballer.
He's a very good
He
footballer.
he doesn't play like 195. He's not really a high marker.
He's got spirit.
He's got spirit. He's a proper footballer in inverted column.
Yeah.
In comment.
Ooh.
But not all AFL footballers are proper footballers.
No, some of them are just athletes. But he's a...
Buku Kamas,
Yeah.
as much as we love him, is not a footballer.
Okay.
You
don't reckon?
He's random. Whereas this guy's a proper footballer.
Okay.
He is
Well,
old school. You know what I mean?
I'd say Will has probably played football longer than Buku,
Yes.
considering, there
Yeah.
wasn't too much Auskick happening in the South Sudanese refugee
Yeah, so
camps.
Buku's more random. You never know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And it paid off again. I thought he was pretty good. He did have a couple of wobbly moments where he was unlucky again with the umpires.
Yep.
But speaking of the umpires, one of the reasons I was reasonably relaxed is the lack of umpiring decisions. I think there was only 16 free kicks
Dead set.
for the entire game. I think it was 9-7 or something crazy like that. So I didn't have anything to get angry about because the whistle wasn't blowing. And it makes for a happier night at the footy because it's the
8 free kicks to 9.
8 free kicks to 9,
Isn't
which
that amazing?
that's one quarter's worth in some games, or
Yeah,
certainly in the 80s.
you
it
did
would have
right.
been. So they put the whistle away, and it made for a pretty good game. And it was a clean game, no silly 50s, unlike the week before with Westy. So
Yeah.
it was that maybe calmed my nerves. And at the end, the high fives and gin and tonic at the.
Oh, we should
In
also
the Top
point out
Dogs.
a lot of the people in Top Dogs. We walk in there and they've all gone. We've ordered the Steve-O Prosecco.
Yeah, don't talk about it because Jane here. I told her that I mentioned the
Your
Prosecco.
lovely wife,
Yeah,
Jane.
and she was flat, saying, "Don't let the secret out about the jumbo prosecco." But I got tapped on the shoulder by another guy saying, "I'm going to get one of those."
Yeah.
So people are listening, and the prosecco's still
Mate,
flowing.
And I think I told you at the game. Like I walk down to the social club. I get stopped a lot, you
Yeah.
know. And I love chatting to the Bulldogs fans,
Yeah.
and they all say we love the banners, we
Yeah.
love the pod. 90% of them though are just going, we love Steve-O on the pod.
That's great.
It's great having him.
It's good to have someone like me. The Bulldog people tend to like me, but it dissipates after that. I've got to say, the wider footy community can be a little.
Oh,
bit
dude,
more-
I'm the same. No one cares
Yeah.
about me outside
No,
of these.
the wider football community has some disdain.
My son
times.
once asked me, "Are you a celebrity, Dad?" And I went, I am when I have a Bulldog scarf on.
Yep.
And then I'm not.
Yep.
I can go. No one cares who I am as soon as I take that off.
Yeah, I do get bailed up a bit at Top Dogs, and I mentioned earlier was John Bertrand.
John, now,
Was in
okay,
there.
yeah,
Collingwood man, he had a Collingwood scarf on. You said you didn't really know a lot about him.
No,
well,
I
all
don't.
the listeners out there, of course, remember, the America's Cup.
In 1983. Now, I was
83.
born in 82.
Ben
so
Lexon.
I did miss this.
Yep, and he
a
was
fair
the
bit.
skipper, John Bertrand. So Collingwood, I think he's been on the Collingwood board, and he was there with another guy. I think it was someone Wilson, might be Tony Wilson. And Nick said to me, "You know who that guy is?" That I
Well,
was talking
Tony
to
Wilson, who won Race Around the
No,
World.
it wasn't
and
that. I
Ray
don't think
Wilson's
it was
son.
Tony Wilson. I
He's a
need to
mate of mine.
Google it. He said, "Oh, he's the head of Reese Plumbing."
Oh,
I said,
okay.
he's obviously
Pretty
Reese
loaded.
Plumbing is
Yeah.
a juggernaut. So it was the who's who.
Can I
in there.
genuinely ask you, this is un-Bulldogs related, but the 1983 America's Cup. So it seems from my basic knowledge of history, there was a few days where all of Australia cared about a boat race.
Yeah, it was probably a week or two. We got caught up into it. I
It's
think it was
hard
a
for me to get
7-race
my head
series.
around.
But I remember it so clearly. They're tacking and the coverage, and Ben Lexon. They've made movies about it, mini series, and Bob Hawke famously on the morning
know that.
TV said, "You're a bum if you don't give."
Any boss that doesn't
Yeah, how good's that for a
sacks
PM?
someone for not showing up as a bum.
Yeah. So we all got behind that, and then the next one was in Fremantle, I think 1987.
Right.
We owned a milk bar at that stage in Shepparton. It
Okay.
was great at my parents', as I think I've said before,
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to study for year 12, and we're living in the back of a freaking milk bar. So I'm doing my English tests and studying, and the bell keeps ringing.
Was it an
Someone
actual
coming
bell
through
or
the-
was it electronic at that stage?
No, it was a bell.
Yeah, nice.
Someone want their milk.
Ding,
or
they want the
toasted-
big M
Toasted
or-
sanger or one of Mum's salad rolls.
Isn't there a famous Shepparton soft drink or flavoured milk?
Yeah, it was. There's a couple of things. They had the Ducats orange juice,
Okay.
flavoured drink called Mr. D's,
Yeah,
which
I
was
think that's
made
what I'm
by
thinking of.
Ducats, and it's a cola flavoured cordial.
And is that good?
Yeah, carton, great. Everyone grew up with Mr. D's, and there's a nightclub was in Shepparton, and it was famous for the vodka and Mr. D's. They had it in a mix. They had it in one of those mixers,
Yeah, yeah,
cordial pre-made and the thing twirling.
Oh, like the big, they used to have those outside Coles.
Yeah, like outside Coles. So it was a twirling cordial, and they poured it straight in over ice. So Mr. D's and vodka.
One day, do you know what we should do one day? We should do a show in Shepparton. We'll do the Steve-O tour. We could take a bunch of listeners and you could take us on a Bulldogs,
Yeah.
well, it's probably just Steve-O pub tour
Yeah.
of Shepparton, showing us all the
There's
great
a few
sites.
pubs, and the milk bar we lived in was just the corner store at that stage. Is now a trendy cafe called the Milk Bar.
Oh, there we go.
So when I go in there, and then I can go back to where we used to live. So it's a tough place to do VCE. I've got to say, there was a couple of bedrooms, and then it was but it was great. It was free food. my friends would come around, have a toasty before the footy, and
Yeah.
you could go into a whole fridge, a walk-in back fridge.
Yeah.
Big M's, orange juice.
It's amazing you weren't morbidly obese. I reckon I
I was
would be.
doing my best.
Yeah.
Yeah. But great times. And I'm not sure how I got onto the Shep Milk Bar.
So, yeah, that was my fault. We were talking about America's Cup and then I got
But no,
all
this is the Milk
distracted.
Bar. And when we worked at the Milk Bar, and I've still got them, they brought out a special Coca-Cola 1987
Oh, okay. This is
bottle.
of the America's Cup.
Yeah, and I've still got them.
Did it have a
Apparently
winged
worth quite a
keel?
lot of money. Apparently they're worth quite a lot of money now. I've still got them in the cupboard here.
Are they empty or are they
No, full.
sealed?
And
Oh,
I've still got sealed full Coke from the Brownlow. So they used to do little Coke bottles of Brownlow with the, say, 2006 Brownlow medal.
Okay.
So specialty Coke bottles at
Yeah.
only at the Brownlow.
Wow.
So
And
it
is it
might
like
be worth something.
when they break into Egyptian tombs and the honey is still edible? Like, do you reckon that Coke is still...
I wouldn't have thought so. It's
Yeah,
sort
I'm
of
not gonna try it.
Dehydrate. Well, not. It's dissipated in the bottle.
Oh, really?
But that's one of the great keepsakes I've got. I'll bring them out one day and we can have a look at them. But
All
they're
right.
probably worth a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Actually, do you know what would be fun? All right, I'm going to launch this right now. We did this on Grandstand a few years ago. Old Merch Week. Show us your oldest Bulldogs merch. Send it into the socials.
Yep.
Show it and wear it this week. MCG Hawks game. Let's do it.
Yeah. I've got some rippers. I think
reckon-
you've seen
Yeah?
that bomber jacket with the white leather sleeves.
That is very
and I
cool.
still see a few of those. I bought that, I reckon it was about 1992,
Not bad. I got a scarf from 1991.
right?
From
Yeah.
one of the first times I went to Western Oval, and we drew with Sydney 35 each in the horizontal rain.
Right.
Yeah.
There were a lot of good games out there in those days. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Let's do it this week. All right,
Yeah.
I want you to send a photo to me for the socials of wearing the oldest merch you've got.
Yep.
And we'll give a prize to whoever's got the oldest
Well,
merch.
I've even got embroidered. You could pay extra in those days
Yeah.
for an embroidered, and I got Steve-O embroidered in the jacket.
Yeah,
It's
you do. You look like a bad boy in a high school movie.
yeah, but it was puffed up, oversized. In those days, everything was big.
Yep.
You know, the sleeves are big and puffy, and yeah, it's not overly flattering, but you still see people with them. Back, you know, that was a real status symbol when you could get one of those.
You know the jackets that have got the outerwear on there, like on the back, and it had a really elaborate footy logo, and there was one for each team. I hate that the Bulldogs one says Western FC at the bottom.
Yeah, that's lame.
Yeah. Anyway, we are getting further on our quest to get the name change back, although there's not really much we could do unless we gate crash the AGM.
Yeah, no, I think we can organically keep building, and I think we should research what the mechanism is to get
Yeah.
that change back, because
Oh, yeah. Maybe we need a
I know it's
lawyer.
controversial, a lawyer, but there's be something there that is it 40%? Is it 60%? Does it take an emergency general meeting?
Yeah.
How does it work? I think we're almost at the stage where we could do it.
Yeah, all right. Maybe we could get Peter Gordon. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be great?
Yeah.
Because
Get
he
him
was
behind it.
Footscray, you know,
Yeah.
and then David Smorgan took over,
Yeah.
changed the name.
Look,
as
I
we
think
say
it would win
illegally.
a vote 50-50, but we've got a whole new generation of one-up flag as Western Bulldogs.
Yeah.
But there's issues, as we've said, with Western Bulldogs. W puts you on the end, arse end
That's
of
right.
every list.
Yes. We sound like a Perth team.
There's too many Western. You got
Yep.
West Coast, you got Western Sydney.
You got Western United, the soccer team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sort
and
of dead
being
right
Western
now, but-
Bulldogs confuses us a little bit with Canterbury Bulldogs. If you just
Yeah,
call
that's
yourself Footscray,
Yes.
you're differentiating
Yeah.
yourself.
Yep. I'm sure listeners know when you just type in Bulldog score, you invariably get NRL.
Yeah.
It's really
And when
annoying.
you're listening to the Today Show or Fox Sports News or something, they talk about Bulldogs, you turn around, oh, hang on, it's not even us.
Yep.
So if they say Footscray, that works. I'm actually coming around to it, Danny, and I
All
think
right.
it's doable. But we need some big names involved. Maybe get Plough or someone involed.
Now we're talking. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. I think Bob Murphy would be.
Although
big
Plough
on
was
it.
a birth child, he sort of was the birth of Western Bulldogs in many ways in '97. So.
Yeah. Look, anyway, hey, let's. That's what's happening. That's what's happening with our political movements. Let's get into the stats with Gigs Facts.
Gigs Facts. Danny asks the questions and Boydie reacts. So sit on back and relax. Put on your thinking caps because we're gonna do the Gigs Facts.
All right, Giggs has done some great stuff for us this week, and he did it last minute. Giggs is so committed to having a good time. He had a dental appointment today,
Right.
And he
What a full
at-
Chompers, not a Tony Jones redo.
at 2:30.
Right.
Tooth Hurties.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Actually,
didn't, did he?
I did a gig on Friday night.
Is that a joke or a real?
Yeah, do you know that?
I know the joke.
The racist
Yeah.
joke is the Chinese dentist.
Yes.
I did a gig at the Basement Comedy Club Friday night, and I was chatting to a guy in the front row who was half Asian, and I said, "Oh, what's your heritage Chinese?" "Oh, cool. What do you do now?" I'm a dentist."
Right.
And I go, "Oh, do you have many appointments at 2:30?" And only about
Yeah.
a quarter of the
Right.
crowd got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You get, there's a few people
Not
going,
bad.
"I can see why Selwood unfollowed you now, mate."
Yeah. So he didn't go to the dentist gigs. I didn't think he was that vain. He could do with some new chompers, couldn't he?
Oh, sure. I mean,
We all could.
We all could. But anyway, but he crammed all the gigs facts for us today, even though we're recording a day early because I'm working on a TV show tomorrow.
Yeah. Which one? Can you let us know? Or
Yeah,
not?
my
Oh,
Renault
normal?
Rules.
Right.
They're doing the grand finale, and they want me to be there.
Warm up again.
warming up the crowd because the finale's done live. So I'll be there, and apparently it's going to be in a street in Bulleen, pouring with rain.
Okay.
So this will be fun.
So that's not. When will that air?
Live tomorrow night, Channel
It's
7. By
live
the
on
time
7.
live tonight, by the time I release this.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's exciting.
Sure, it's work. It's all good. But here we go. He's crammed the gigs facts and he's done an absolute blinder here. We are now 5-0 in games decided by 6 points or under. So we're going to refer to them as SPGs, 6-point games from here. Even though it's -6, 6 goals or less SPGs. You happy with that?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
6 points or less.
6 points or less. Only once before in Bevo's time as we had as many SPGs in a season, and that was 2016 when we had the 4-1 record. 8 of our 101 completed VFL AFL seasons have had more than 5 SPGs. The most recent of those was in 1999. In that season, we had 7 SPGs, but our strike rate wasn't great, 2-4 and a draw. In 65 and 71, we had 6 SPGs, along with 99. Had 7 SPGs in 44, 50, 73 and 76. Do you remember the 70s games?
I don't remember the 76. I remember being in our kitchen in Mulgrave in 76 and my dad going off to the game. That's all I remember. I was 6.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep. 1928. We played in 9 SPGs, and that's an 18-round season. So that's half the games being thrillers.
Low-scoring games, probably. weren't
Yeah,
they?
probably. And the only other season we've won exactly 5 SPGs was 1944. We were 5-1 and a draw.
Right.
But the piece de resistance, 1971, 6 SPGs for 6 wins.
Wow.
And yet we still finished 8 out of 12. 3.5 games out of the top
Gee.
4.
Imagine if we'd lost the close ones.
Oh, mate, we would have.
But is Giggs done our overall record in 6 PGs?
He has.
Wow. In history.
history.
And I'm just thinking here, but this is a pessimistic sort of bedraggled Bulldog supporter that I reckon we've been on the arse end of more losses than wins.
And I reckon I would agree with you, but the stats don't lie. We have won 135 SPGs and we've lost 136. We just need
Not
one
too
more.
bad. So we've come good.
We've come good. 22 draws in there as well.
Right. So-
22 draws in history. It feels like not that much.
Wow. So that's amazing that it's virtually 50.
Yeah.
50%.
Yeah. And he
I
just.
wouldn't have thought that. I just you remember the losses a lot, don't you? Over
Oh,
history?
absolutely. And that's just evolution. You just remember the negativities
6
so much more.
PGs, yeah.
SPGs.
Yeah, SPGs.
Well, yeah, for sure. But now, do you remember last week I berated Giggs for being too positive with the with the Giggs facts, because negative Giggs facts has worked for us. We've won the last 2 weeks, so he's got back to me with some not fun facts, and this has actually come up by his son Oliver. So this is the son of Giggs facts. Since round 1 for GWS. Which was our second game, which is that stupid opening round. Since round 1 this year, since we played the Giants this year, we have lost 11 consecutive second halves and 10 of 11 last quarters. The only last quarter that we've won this year. Do you want to guess which one it was?
It would have been GWS.
No, I would
was
have thought
Brisbane.
that as well. No, it wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
We
I
were
think it'd be
behind, weren't we?
Brisbane. Were we
Were
behind?
we behind
Brisbane?
at 3/4 time? I reckon we
No,
might.
we came back right before
Yeah.
3/4 time. That's right.
I'm not sure we're in front.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Anyway, apparently it was Melbourne where we won that last quarter by 1 point.
Yeah, so we've had to grind them out. The one thing about the Dogs this year, in past years, we got 3 or 4 goals up and then just put teams away.
Yeah.
We did that obviously against Essendon, but that was Essendon.
Yeah, Essendon
and then
doesn't count.
everyone fell asleep after half time. English got injured, but yeah, it's
Well, he's got a couple. We're not done yet.
Oh,
he's got a couple more.
Negative?
Well, I mean, I'll give you a
Our
negative.
record against Hawthorn's not great.
And that's another just very obvious negative fact. We haven't beaten them since 2023.
Right.
It's
and I remember
appalling.
going down to Tassie for a game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was a
on a
crucial
Sunday
game
afternoon.
too, and I got so nervous and pissed off. I shouldn't admit this. So I went all the way to Tassie.
Yeah.
It was a long weekend. It was with Nick Johnston, Darren Davies, former Bulldog, and Chris
Yes.
Byrne, the car magnate. Friday we went to that Joseph Cromie winery for lunch.
Oh, sounds nice.
Then had a dinner, then went to the pub Saturday afternoon. We saw Doug Hawkins, and there was a heap of Bulldog guys there.
Hey, nice.
Phil O'Keefe, whatever.
This is in
super.
This is in Launceston.
In Lonnie.
Yep.
Then went to the Royal Oak. Then the Sunday, which the whole reason I was there for the game,
Yeah.
I just thought this is just... I was in the president's room. It was too quiet and docile. Halfway through the second quarter, I think we were a goal up. I said, this doesn't feel right today. This is just too tense for me.
Hang on, this was a Hawthorn home game. Were you in the Hawthorn?
Yeah,
President's
we're in the
function?
Hawthorn President's
Ooh,
function.
Was that
I'm not
Kennett
sure.
back then?
No, I can't remember who was hosting. I think it was Andy Gowers still.
Okay, sure.
But
Good food, I
this is an
imagine.
embarrassing thing to admit, and this should be on the Patreon. So I've gone all the way to Tassie,
Yep.
Launceston, for a game of footy. The main reason's a game of footy, right?
Yep.
Paid to go into the President's Lunch. I left the ground midway through the second quarter. I thought,
Second
I
quarter.
fucking can't handle this. This
Wow.
is too tense. I walked the streets of Launceston,
Oh, no.
turned my phone off. I said, this
Oh.
is just brutal. I can't watch it. I was a little bit hungover too, I got to
Well,
say.
yeah.
So I walked around, and then I got close and sat in a park, and I think we'll probably still win this. But then I could start hearing some roars just coming across the park.
Yeah. And you don't know, and that's one of the worst
you
feelings.
know, because it's a fucking Hawthorn home
Ah, of
game.
course.
We got
Yeah,
no
yeah,
support, and I heard the roar, and another roar, and then the siren went.
Ugh.
I checked my phone. We've lost, but it's embarrassing. I went to Tassie for a game of footy and didn't see it out. I'm so sorry, Danny,
But
but I've
that's-
admitted that.
No, but you've long-time listeners will know you don't deal with the close games well, and
No, but I've done
you
that.
love a walk.
But I've travelled interstate for a game and
Yeah,
left.
mate, but a tiger doesn't change its stripes. You're still the same old
I went
nervous
on a walk.
wreck.
So I was a footy zombie walking through the back streets of Launceston along the River Esk there, which is
It's
a
not
lovely
bad-
part of the world.
Looking
but,
very gorgeous.
but then I heard the roars and I
Yeah.
thought, this is not right. It doesn't sound right. We've got no supporters down here, and the roars emanating all the way down the river. I thought we're cooked.
Ugh.
And we lost.
I bought some tickets to. I bought some flights up to Sydney. I'm going to take my boy up to when we play the Swans on the Friday night during the school holidays. And but because he's there, that'll keep me at the SCG, even if we're getting absolutely flogged. But I'm going to hook up with a friend of the show, Chaz Licciardello. Hopefully, maybe we could get him. You haven't done an episode with Chaz yet.
No, we need to get Chaz on.
You
just
are
because
gonna-
he's called Chaz to start with.
Really? You're just a fan of that?
Charlie Sutton, obviously.
Of
was Chaz.
course, yes.
So get him on. And I love going to the footy at the SCG, the pubs. The
Oh,
whole-
mate, you should come up. And it's
Yeah.
Pride game as well. We're
Right,
finally part of the
definitely.
Pride game, so there'll be
Yeah,
nice
they've dropped
rainbows.
St Kilda.
Yeah.
Which, that was pretty brutal, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, one of their players said something homophobic or something.
Yeah, allegedly. He got
I'm
off
happy
in the
to do
end.
it.
Well, I'm happy to join in there, but it's funny that Sydney was sponsored by Qatar Airlines. So,
Well, yeah, of course.
so at least they're gone. So now whatever Sydney says is fine. They're a great club.
because we did the Pride game first in the women's, so
Yeah.
yeah, hey, we're proud.
Yeah, but
we're
we lost
allies.
Good Friday too, which that still rankles me. That we did a good job of Good Friday. I thought.
Oh, mate,
we
yeah,
won
I
by
agree.
too much.
I agree.
Josh Bruce killed that.
Yep.
But then up in Sydney's great. If anyone hasn't been up there for the footy, I can give you a full list of the best pubs to go to.
I'm going to head to the Bat and Ball.
I love the
that.
Bat and Ball.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
one.
got a good dartboard there. So the Bat and Ball,
All
just
right.
across that busy road there.
Mate, if you're coming, my boys,
Yeah.
we got a dartboard in the backyard. My boy's getting pretty good.
So it's near Centennial Park. A lot of good pubs all around there, really.
yeah, that's like
Surrey
proper
Hills.
good Sydney pubs. And
Well,
stuff.
Surrey Hills is the Fitzroy.
That's right.
Of,
yes.
of
Oh,
Sydney.
you should come along, mate.
Yeah,
come and
well, we
hang
might
with
have a
us.
look we'll have a look at the diary.
And then the next day, one of the real reason my son, I mean, he's very keen to go to the footy, but right next to the SCG is the Comedy Store, the great comedy club. Last time I played the Comedy Store, I discovered they have a Super Mario themed go-kart experience where you can drive around like this empty car park as a Super Mario, and I showed
Not quite Tokyo then.
It's no. They stopped it in Tokyo
Have
due
they?
to a
someone
copyright
died,
breach.
or?
No,
Oh,
copyright
right.
breach. So I'm not sure if these guys. I don't know if it's actually Super
Okay.
Mario, but it's definitely it's go karting, and he's very excited about that.
Awesome.
So,
No, you'll have a great trip up there. SCG for me, I rate it's more relaxed than the MCG. The people are nice.
I've been to a few games
The
there.
security are nicer. The old grandstand.
And I find the Swans fans are just a few seconds behind because they
Yeah.
don't know the rules as well as we do. And that's fine. You didn't.
They
you know,
pretend.
them. They pretend.
There's a fake passion.
But do you know what's great? I once went to a neutral game. It was Brisbane, Sydney, and because I've got all my gags that I yell out there. You know, if the umpire gives a free kick in the opening second, you go, "Oh, it's about time!" You know, standard. So they'd never heard him.
No.
I was getting big laughs.
I never heard it. Even White Maggot. I don't think they've heard of that.
I miss that. I love that in retro round.
Yeah.
Bringing back the first white maggot.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
fun.
sure you can say maggot anymore.
I think you can in retro round.
Okay,
It depends
I'll bring it back.
How much vitriol you've got.
Yeah, you bring it back because
Yeah.
it can be. You've got to be careful when you say it.
Before we wrap up, I will point out one last gigs fact for you, and that is we got first of all sequence against Hawthorn on June 5th is 2 losses and a win. We lost by 10 goals at Waverley in 94. In 2005, we won by 22 points, and in 2025 last year, we lost to them by 22 points. But this is a positive one. Dogs versus Hawthorn at the MCG in the Bevo era. Let's actually see what can you remember.
Well, it's obviously a big final. I remember the
Yes.
famous.
Jamara's last game, Cody Waitman's last game.
Oh no, another one. Obviously, it's 2-16 final. We beat.
Oh,
them.
right. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes,
that
yes,
was a
yes,
bad
yes.
one. Hawthorn were brilliant that night against us. We were a bit off, but Hawthorn were brilliant. And then obviously the Hodge versus Bonampelli moment. Whatever.
moment.
So that was a great moment. And they're the only two.
And the bad
I've been
final?
to another one. I've been to a final in 85.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm talking ones in the Bevo era.
Oh, yeah. Well, 85, I was there for a final. We got lost by about 12 goals.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The prelim.
The prelim.
Oh, no,
it was the first one.
First one. Yep.
Then 2 weeks later in the prelim, we pushed them to 10 points. We're
Yeah.
actually in front
Yep.
in the early in the last quarter. So we could have played in a grand final in 85.
Yep.
Just trying to think of the other Bevo Hawthorn game
At the MCG.
at the MCG. They're the
I
only.
reckon a few fans will be yelling at their stereos. 'Cause,
Right.
It's one of the, I will get you. I will jog your memory by just saying one word.
Right.
Leber, leber,
Oh,
leber,
yes,
leber,
yes,
leber.
yeah. Great goal down the punt road end.
Last year on my YouTube, I
We
made
came back.
I
We came
made
back from a long way down.
We were 5 goals down at 3/4 time, and they got
Yeah.
the first goal of the last quarter. I listed it in the top 5 wins in Bulldogs history, excluding finals.
That was a ripper.
Absolutely, yeah. And what's great is we win. We actually win quite comfortably in the end, but we get in front through very dodgy free kicks against James Sicily.
Yeah, it was everything fell into place as it should have. I was down the city end actually there, and I remember heading to the corner hotel after that one.
Oh, mate.
I was
watching it at home, and I remember I made both my kids cry because I was sitting there in silence, and then Libba got the goal, and I went, yeah, with such sudden.
What year was that?
2019.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
God, time's getting on. 2019. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have seen not many good experiences, and Hawthorn supporters.
Oh, they're the worst.
I would rate. I remember getting abused at Waverley in a cold, wet day. There was nobody there.
Yep.
Late 80s, early 90s, and I got stereotyped
Oh, yeah.
as a Western Suburbs loser, bogan. I
Yeah,
said,
of course. Of course.
And I was quite proud at that stage because I
Damn
just started
straight.
a cadetship. I was from Ship. I said, mate, I'm a journo. He said, you're a bum Western Suburb dole blood journalist. I said, you arsehole. I was really offended. I haven't forgotten that.
Yeah.
But there's a sense of privilege
Yes.
around
entitled.
Hawthorn. Entitled.
Very
yes.
entitled. Yep.
And that's part of the reason why I'm not looking forward to...
No, are you going to go along?
I believe I will be going,
I'll be
but
there
I'll
as
be
well.
trying to find a nest of... or a little brethren of Bulldogs because I just can't stand.
Well, I would say come with us, but I'm probably going to meet up with a mate from high school who is a Hawthorns fan
Yeah.
and a pretty.
I'm
horrible
getting
one as well.
worse at being in the midst and amongst opposition supporters. Now, there was an issue at Top Dogs on Saturday night. There were
Was
too
there?
many Collingwood people in there.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
Listening, if you're listening there, a meet or whatever, I think if you're Collingwood,
Yeah.
like it's okay. Kev Hillier had his son there. It was Collingwood. That's Bulldog
right.
family.
Yep.
That's fine. But there were outsiders and they were yelling, yahooing and barracking in the Top Dogs area,
Yeah.
reserved seat, and it's not right. You go there to be with the Bulldogs. But Collingwood, they're such a big club that they infiltrate everything.
Well, they do try and I asked if I could get a mate from high school, Collingwood fan, was at Docklands, and I asked the Jeff, who runs Top Dogs, I said, come on, mate, just come in for a beer. He doesn't need a seat or anything. And he was like, well, who's he go for? So they do try not to let too many opposition
No, that's
people
fair
in.
enough. And Jeff is a legend.
Jeff is an
So don't get
absolute
Jeff
legend.
into trouble for bringing people in.
Jeff was really lovely. And my mate George Kinigopoulos from Thornbury High.
Came in, had one beer.
Came in, had a beer,
Yeah.
and then like the game started and he was like, well, I don't want to be surrounded by Bulldogs fans. So he went back down to his seat.
And I
He's a
reckon
good man, Kinney.
A lot of Collingwood people did do that.
Yeah.
Because I stared at one. I said, mate, what are you doing here? Really? It's no place to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be a coterie group for the Dogs.
Yeah.
If you're selling or giving away guest passes, you need to do a check. You can't have too many Collingwood people infiltrating the coterie.
Or just be undercover.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, we are going to dip behind the paywall. We have some very, very big news about a Bulldogs contract that we have. We got front row tickets to a primary source. How would you say this in journalist speak?
It's a very loose source, to be honest.
Hey, we're trying to get people
I'm pumping it up, but
Yeah.
I didn't hear it, so I'm coming secondhand on this.
You're
I'm
a
looking
secondary
forward
source.
to.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward, Danny, to this. I'm not sure it's pure sort of Walkley Award-winning journalism.
Yeah, but it's the best
You're
you can
having
get
a
out
crack.
of it. Yeah. All right. If you'd love to, by the way, last week's Patreon episode, and if you join the Patreon, you get access to all of these. Yeah, actually, we got to pump this up. You got to hear our interview with Mark Hunter.
It was great. It was that big. It ended up on zerohanger.com.
That's right.
It's all about the year, obviously 1993, when
The pre-season.
the players were pushed out of a plane.
Like I knew that story, but there was
Yeah.
an element to it that I didn't know, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
You have got to
They
hear
saw
Mark Hunter's
somebody
story.
come to a
don't
grisly end.
Well, okay, you can give it away. Sure.
Yeah, no, but the way he told it.
The way he
was-
told it. So please have a listen. It's only $5 a month. You can give us more, absolutely, but $5 a month, and you get does help us out, and you get bonus content. Some of which we're going to record right now.
Gave my childhood to that roar of the red, white and blue sea, and the knowledge that you had two loves, the Bulldog boys and me. 20 years on, I feel that longing hanging in September air, but the reason I go every week is to pretend you're still there. And they will find the glory one day, and I will throw it at your feet. It's a long, long road they're running for you, the dogs of Footscray streets. Long, long road they're running for you, the dogs of Footscray streets.